What up though, BlaKC crypto? And we trying to get to some cash coin currency. What kind of currency? Well, we off that crypto for a minute. I'm trying to get to some sports betting money. We on MLB, and as you can see, most of the games are already over, but we do got a few. So I want to try to take advantage of the games that are remaining. After 1 o'clock West Coast time, I see a few mismatches. I see these Mets going against the Nationals. Mets been playing really good baseball, so I just want to take them straight up for the win. And if I look on here, I do also see the Padres at home against the Rockies. So I think those are two really good picks. I like the Dodgers, but I'm not going to gamble tonight. I'm going to take those two West Coast Giants and see what happens. BlaKCinc. Hope you enjoyed that. And if you're trying to make some bets, I'm going to leave some more picks and see if these can help you guys out. Until then,
in this
check me
video,
out.
we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on August 3rd, 2022. Welcome back to CashOut Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Cincinnati Reds versus Miami Marlins. The Cincinnati Reds face the Miami Marlins in the final game of the series, with both teams looking to rebound from tough starts to the season. The Reds have a 42-61 record and have won 4 games in a row, while the Marlins have a
If you give me just 45 seconds, I'm going to show you how I taught my teenage kids to make 17,000.
have a 47-57 record and are on a 5-game losing streak. For the upcoming game, the Reds will turn to Mike Minor as their starting pitcher, while the Marlins will turn to their ace in Sandy Alcantara, who hopes to rebound after allowing 4 runs in his previous start. As their starting pitcher, Cincinnati is 5-0 in their last 5 game threes of a series and 7-20 in their last 27 Wednesday games. The over is 5-1 in Cincinnati's last 6 Wednesday games. Miami is 0-5 in their last 5 games and 0-9 in their last 9 home games. The over is 18-7-1 in Miami's last 26 game threes of a series. The under is 20-7 in these two teams' last 27 head-to-head meetings. The Reds are looking to sweep the midweek series and look to pull off the upset and provide great odds in the process as road underdogs. The problem is that the Marlins are turning to their best pitcher and look poised to control the game from the first pitch. The Marlins should constantly drive in runs with Jesus Aguilar, Jesus Sanchez, and the rest of the batting order stepping up and making hard contact against Mike Minor and the rest of the Reds pitchers. The Marlins should limit a Reds lineup that will be without many of their key contributors from the first half of the season, with Sandy Alcantara rebounding from a 4-run outing and pitching multiple scoreless innings to allow the bullpen to close out the game with a comfortable lead. Alcantara has been pitching pretty well lately, with 8 earned and 19 innings over his last 3 starts. He's given up a combined 14 hits and 8 walks in that time. As for Minor, he struggled a bit versus the Cardinals, but bounced back pretty well with 5.1 innings and 2 earned versus Baltimore. Overall, Alcantara and the Marlins should have the advantage here if the offense can get going. So the Miami Marlins to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Reds' uphill battle can't be understated. Pham and Drury were a big part of any remote success their offense has had this season. Without those guys, Cincinnati's production will likely take a further dip. Alcantara enters this game with a 1.99 ERI and 0.94 WHIP with 138 strikeouts and 149.1 innings pitched. He can keep the Reds lineup in check. That would leave the legwork to the Marlins to carry the offensive production if the over is to hit. Miami doesn't exactly have a prolific offense either. Since July 1st, they have scored 3 or fewer runs in 19 of 29 games with 6 shutouts. The Reds should limit an injury-plagued Marlins lineup that is only scoring 3.95 runs per game, with Mike Minor pitching multiple strong innings with minimal contact. The Marlins should eliminate and potentially shut out the Reds lineup with Sandy Alcantara, who has allowed under 2 runs per start this season, pitching multiple scoreless innings with weak contact at the plate. Both lineups have struggled recently, and the upcoming game should reflect that, with both starting pitchers stepping up and controlling this game. With these below-average offenses and a dominant pitcher, this is a good recipe for a low-scoring game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus Pittsburgh Pirates. The Milwaukee Brewers will go on the road as they take on the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park. Freddie Peralta will take the mound for the Brewers. Tyler Beede will be the starting pitcher for the Pirates. Milwaukee is 17-8 in their last 25 Wednesday games and 1-4 in their last 5 division games, while the over is 13-3 in their last 16 Game 2 matchups. Pittsburgh is 36-75 in their last 111 division games and 2-12 in their last 14 games overall, while the over is 5-0 in their last 5 Wednesday games. The Brewers are out to build their lead in the National League Central and should fare far better than they did in last night's series opener, which they lost 5-3. It's been a close race with the Cardinals, but they've largely maintained the lead throughout the season off the back of their starting rotation and great top half of their lineup. They have been one of the best teams since the All-Star break, winning each of their 3 series. There were some mixed reactions when they decided to trade away closer Josh Hader on Monday. However, they received 4 players in return, including closer Taylor Rogers, who has just 1 fewer save than Hader. They also trust another closer they already have, Devin Williams, and Hader was due $11 million. The bottom line is that the Brewers know what they have with this team and want to keep it together for several years of success. One of their key players who has helped them along the way is former Pirate Andrew McCutchen, who always enjoys getting revenge on his former team. He and the rest of the Milwaukee lineup should be able to do so against Pittsburgh's Tyler Beede. While the Brewers were in the midst of trade discussions, the Pirates also traded away their lefty starter Jose Quintana. Not only would the lefty have been a better matchup, Pittsburgh now has to go with a bullpen day while the Brewers welcome back starter Freddie Peralta. He had his breakout season in 2021 and was in the midst of a great 5-game stretch before his injury. Within that was a scoreless 6-inning performance against the Pirates. The Brewers have won each of his last 3 starts against Pittsburgh and should make it 4 straight in his return. So the Milwaukee Brewers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick.
Check it out, we're outside the literal New York Stock Exchange. But guess what? When I trade, I completely ignore it. Let me explain. In just one trade, I was able to make $6,300. It was like 2 hours in a day, which is basically over $3,000 an hour. And then I had my whole day free. What stock was this on? AFRM. Maybe you've heard of the stock before. I can guarantee that it wasn't on this board where the news like to highlight all the hot stocks, right? Where the big banks, Wall Street, and all those big institutions are trying to trick the little traders like you and me who don't actually
The Pirates trading away Quintana and starting Beede has a big impact for this matchup. While the Brewers haven't been as good against lefties this season, they've been smashing righties. They have the 4th highest OPS against such pitching, just barely behind the Yankees. Those numbers were boosted with Hunter Renfroe's finish to the weekend, going 5 for 9 with 2 home runs against his former team, the Red Sox, along with former MVP Christian Yelich approaching 100 hits and both Rowdy Tellez and Willie Adams having over 20 home runs. The Brewers lineup is running on all cylinders. That's great news for a high-scoring game with the bullpen day in store for the Pirates. Not only is Beede tasked with facing such a stacked lineup, Pittsburgh's bullpen is the 4th worst in the league. They won't be coming into this game with a day of rest as they did last night, and they used 4 different relievers in that game. Peralta has not appeared in an MLB game since late May due to an injury, and he was not stretched out much in his rehab start. I would be surprised if he makes it through more than 4 innings on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Thompson has been horrendous over his last 2 starts. The Brew Crew bombed 3 home runs last night, so expect more base runners this time and for them to take this game in high-scoring fashion. The Brewers have been hot of late, cashing the over in 7 of their last 10 games. I expect this game to follow suit. Plus, I do not have a ton of confidence in either starting pitcher in this matchup. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Cubs versus St. Louis Cardinals. The Chicago Cubs have been struggling this season, but playing well as they have won 7 of their previous 10 games before the trade deadline. They will be sending young southpaw Justin Steele to pitch as he lost to the San Francisco Giants last time out as he threw just 3.2 innings and gave up 4 runs on 5 hits with a hit by pitch, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. The St. Louis Cardinals are trying to catch up to the Milwaukee Brewers in the National League Central race as they are building up at the MLB trade deadline. Right-hander Miles Mikolas will get the ball here and is coming off a victory over the Washington Nationals, where he threw 7 innings and gave up 2 runs on 6 hits with a walk and 4 strikeouts. The Cubs are 7-3 in their last 10 games on grass and 7-3 in their last 10 overall. The Cardinals are 5-2 in their last 7 home games and 17-6 in their last 23 during Game 2 of a series. The under is 6-1 in Cubs' last 7 overall. The under is 5-2 in Cardinals' last 7 overall. The Cubs are 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in St. Louis. The St. Louis Cardinals are trying to be aggressive at the trade deadline and already acquired Jose Quintana, while the Chicago Cubs are selling off pieces. Justin Steele is 1-3 with a 4.78 road ERI in 8 starts this season, while Miles Mikolas is 4-2 with a 2.31 home ERI in 10 starts so far. These offenses have been on 2 completely different levels in the previous 4 games, as the Cardinals are scoring 5.75 runs per game, while the Cubs are averaging just 2.5 runs in that span. Justin Steele has been solid this season, but his numbers jumped to a 4.71 ERI and .261 allowed batting average on the road. Miles Mikolas has been one of the better pitchers in baseball all year, with a 0.99 WHIP, which is 12th best in baseball. Through 66.1 innings at home, Mikolas has a 2.31 ERI and .191 allowed batting average. The Cubs have had career success against Mikolas, but I'm willing to ignore that given what he's done with a larger sample size. Not to mention, the Cardinals' offense is on a heater right now, so the St. Louis Cardinals money line is our full game side pick. Both pitchers have been doing well in their previous 7 starts, as Steele is pitching to a 3.16 ERI in 37 innings, while Mikolas has a 3.3 ERI in 43.2 innings pitched in that span. These offenses have been struggling for an extended period of time, as Chicago is scoring 3.52 runs per game in their previous 23 games, while St. Louis is averaging 4.23 runs per game in their last 22 games played. Mikolas has been dominant against the Cubs in home games in the past, and I expect the Chicago Bats to struggle. Although I have concerns with the Cubs' bullpens, Justin Steele has a 2.05 ERI over his last 5 starts and should be able to do well enough for the first 5 or 6 innings to keep the St. Louis lineup from putting up a big number. The Cubs played to the under in 6 of their last 7 games, whereas the Cardinals have seen the under cash in 5 of their previous 7 games. Also, the under has hit in 6 of the previous 8 games played in Busch Stadium between these teams. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.
I want to show you something that is really, really stupid on my phone, and it